Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I will be showing you how I mix my Ayurvedic herbal oil for super hair growth and also to prevent hair thinning and other scalp infections. So if you're interested in this video, stay tuned and let's get right into it. So the ingredients I'll be using for this DIY, I'm starting off with my Ayurvedic herbs, which we all know. The first one I'm going in is with Brahmi powder. Brahmi powder promotes hair growth and also prevents split ends. The next Ayurveda I'll be going in with it's Bringraj. Bringraj powder promotes hair growth and also prevents hair thinning. And the next now is the Neem powder. Neem powder controls dandruff and scalp infections and also to boost your hair elasticity. And now we have Amla powder. Amla powder prevents premature graying and also to boost your hair growth. And now we have Hibiscus. Hibiscus controls hair fall and dandruff and all the scalp infections. So now we're moving on to our Ayurvedic seeds. So the first now I'll be going in it's the mustard seed. Mustard seed promotes hair growth, prevents all the scalp infections and also boosts your hair density. Now we have the kalonji seeds, also known as the black seed. Black seed has a lot of good nutrients that will be beneficial to your hair. And now we have fenugreek seeds. Fenugreek, as we all know, really it makes your hair moist and also prevent scalp infections, without forgetting our almighty shebe powder. I'll be adding in shebe powder, but if you do not have shebe powder, that's fine, you can go in with just the powders you have. So now for the seeds, I've just included all together, which I will blend. So you have to mix the fenugreek, your mustard seed, and also the kalonji seed, which is also known as the black seed. So in here in my bowl is mixed with all the seeds that I mentioned earlier that I'll be blending later. So now the powders also, I have mixed them all together just to make this video kind of snappy. Yeah, so these are all the powders joined together, and now I'll just go ahead and blend my seeds. So in order to mix this ingredients all together, you need a mason jar, any jar, glass jar, any tight container of your choice, then it will be good to go. So now my seeds have been blended, but not really fine, so you don't have a problem with that if it's not that fine. So I'm just going in now with just some tablespoons of that mixture. You can go in with 3 or 4 tablespoons of that mixture depending on how much oil you need to make. So right now I'm adding the mixed powders, the Ayurvedic powders that you saw earlier. So that's just what I'm going in with now into my glass jar. So after you put everything up in this jar, you then have to mix everything to incorporate together. Just mix all the ingredients together. After mixing the herbs together, you then put it aside, and now let's move to the oils that I'll be using in this video. So for the carrier oils, I'm having olive oil. I'll be going in with Jamaican black castor oil. I'll be going in with the normal castor oil, and the next oil now I'll be going in with mustard oil. Earlier we used the mustard seed. I'm just going in with mustard oil and also black cumin oil. So these are basically the oils I'm going in with to do this DIY. But if you do not have the exact oil, it's still okay, you can go in with whatever oil you have. And now for the measurement, I wasn't quite precise with the measurements because it depends on how much oil you want. So if you need less oil, then you need to know how much oil you need to put in each into your glass jar. So for me, I just basically went in with the exact amount that I know it will be enough. But you don't need to put in too much of your castor oil because castor oil is heavy oil, and if you're low porosity, the oil might be too heavy to your scalp and it might cause you some buildups and so on. So if you're adding Jamaican black castor oil and castor oil, then you just have to put in just little amount of that, then you go in with more of the other carrier oils. So at this point, once you're done adding all your oils, you then go ahead and give it a good mix so everything mix up pretty well. So let's get right into the next process, which is the double boiling method. For the double boiling method, you need to place some amount of water into your pot for it to simmer, and once it simmers, then you just place your mason jar into the pot of hot water. So you just keep stirring and stirring for about 20 to 25 minutes for everything to like build up together. So you just need to make sure your flame is on low heat so it will not break your glass jar. So let's move to the next phase of this DIY. Like, the very ingredient I'm about to prepare right now is no other than cayenne pepper. I don't know if you guys have heard about the goodness of cayenne pepper in your hair growth journey. Cayenne pepper has been used since centuries to promote hair growth. A mixture of cayenne pepper and carrier oil is the best cost-effective way to promote and improve the hair glossiness and fullness of your hair. Like, it also promotes hair growth and improves blood circulation and nourishes the scalp. So if you've not heard about cayenne pepper, Google and see the goodness this ingredient has for hair growth. So in order to prepare this cayenne pepper, you just need to add in the same carrier oils, or if you don't have all these carrier oils, you can just add in just olive oil. You can put in some amount of cayenne pepper into a glass jar, just as seen in the video. Then you just add in some amount of olive oil to cover the pepper at the top, and once you're done adding that oil, you just stir that up, give it a good mix, and it's ready. Like, you don't have to do the double boiling method like I did in the previous phase of this DIY. So once you add everything up, just stir that pretty well, and then you cover this cayenne pepper to sit for about a week. You need to keep this aside to sit for a week before your ingredient will be ready, because this powder needs to infuse into the oil for the goodness to be extracted from it. Right now, I just removed my Ayurvedic oil, and this is how it looks like. It has been on the stove for about 25 minutes on low flame on a double boiling method. So this is the Ayurvedic herbs that I infuse into the oil, and I'm just going to wipe the glass jar pretty well, and I'll just set it aside. As you can see, the powders are just there on the base of the oil, and I will just really give that a good shake. And now this is the cayenne pepper. So you have to keep this tool aside for about a week or two before your oil will be ready. So this is after a week. I basically let mine sit for just a week because I was kind of eager to like show you guys how I came about this oil. So you will need two separate jars in order to like pour the oils into the jar. So this is the cayenne pepper. As you can see, the cayenne pepper, the powder is set at the base of the jar. Yeah, this is how it looks like. So it's easy to strain out the oil because every goodness of the powder is settled at the bottom, so it won't be difficult for you to strain out your oil. And now for the Ayurvedic, my god, this oil, like, see, if you get this recipe right, you will come back for testimony. Trust me, I'm not kidding. This oil has been my go oil like ever since I went natural, and it's been working amazingly for me. So these are the two oils, and now I'll be doing the final mix. This is the final process, and just stay tuned for a little while and we'll be done. So you will just need a measuring cup, or if you have a funnel. I didn't have a funnel at the moment, so if you have a funnel, it will be quite easy for you to pour into your applicator bottle or any separate jar. So as you can see, I'm just pouring now into my bottle. It was quite challenging for me because there was no funnel, but that's okay. I tried my best. At this point of the measurement, you need to make sure you put almost same amount of the two oils. Like, it depends on the size of your bottle that you need to do a mix. That's why I said you need a separate jar to like store the remaining oil, because you're not pouring everything at the same time. So that is that for the cayenne pepper. I didn't put all of the cayenne pepper because it's way too much. And now I'm just adding my Ayurvedic oil. So you add your Ayurvedic oil, maybe a little bit more than the cayenne pepper, because the cayenne pepper is more sensitive to your scalp. When you apply this oil to your scalp, you'll feel some kind of tingling sensation, but that shows it's actually circulating blood into your scalp, so that's okay. So this is the oil that I'll mix. You can add in other essential oils of your choice. I just had rosemary essential oil, and I just added a little amount of rosemary essential oil. And the last but not the least, but this is actually optional, I went in with my vitamin E capsule. I always love to add vitamin E capsule in every DIY because it really, really helps to nourish the scalp and also your strands. So you just have your vitamin E capsule and you will just put in to the oil. I'm just actually doing that with a pin. We have finally come to the end of this video, and I'm super excited I shared this video with you all. Trust me, this recipe, you will love it. Like, follow the recipe and do it and come for testimony. Like, your hair will grow. No matter how stubborn your hair may be, you will find it amazing for your hair. If you found this video useful, comment down below your thoughts about this video, and please share. And don't forget to hit that red subscribe button, and see you all again in my next video. Mwah! Thank you all for watching. Bye.